blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time. That's my girl right there. Hello.
Hola. Hey, what's happening?
Not much. Another Thursday night, and here we are with Crazy Carla's Concoctions. How are you doing?
Hi, everyone. Hey. Troy, you all right?
Hey, I'm here. It's been a week.
Yeah. Don't even talk about it, honey. I'll sit up here having the world's biggest hot flash. Look, I'm sweating. I'm excited. Hey, I'm on this weight loss journey. I told you, baby, I looked down today and my fupa is turning into a foop. Take the A off. Hey, what we doing? And I'm excited.
That's what's up.
Listen, I got to joke around. Hey, we made it. We made it to Thursday.
No doubt.
And we had I had a short week. You had a short week, Troy?
It was a short, yes, I did. I didn't have to work Monday. So yes, it was a short week.
But it's so weird.
It felt
long. Whenever you have a short week, you have a long week. Right?
I don't know how it works, but I agree with you. That's how it felt. It felt long.
It's like, what? It seemed like it took forever to get to today. And it's only been 3 days. And that little 3 days, this time, shout out to Princess Howell of Royal Contemporary Dance Company. She did a ballet in Winston. And, this is right off the heels of me doing the play last week. And her husband was Malcolm X in the play with me. But she did a play called a ballet called The Hair Journey. And it was about Black girls and Black women in our hair. And when I tell you, it was amazing. Like, and I'm a crybaby anyway. So I was literally like, by the end. So it was so good. And that was how I kicked off my weekend. But outside of that, I stayed home and binged on Will Trent and all the things that I watch. I'm watching this weird show now called Outer Range. Have you ever heard of that?
I haven't.
It's like a sci-fi western.
Sci-fi western, interesting.
But it's really good.
Outer Range. I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's got Josh Brolin. I think that's his name.
Really? Okay.
It's really good. Yeah, I'm on season 2. It's really it makes you think about, is there such a thing as time? Because you hear people say time is an illusion. And this show goes into it, and it's really good. Okay. So anyway, that's my weird news for the week. I have to give you some weird news. So let's get to it. You said what?
So Freakin' Night said, science-fi westerns, you have my attention. Okay.
Hi, Freakin' Night! How are you? Yes.
That's Buddy Freak.
It's really dope.
I was going to say, I think the reason why the week seems so long is because we partied hard on Monday. Monday is not a normal party day, if you will, besides we getting all that good barbecue and all that drinking or whatever. That may
See,
have
we
been
did all of it Sunday. I didn't do all that Monday. Monday, I was on my couch, honey, in my moo honey, watching TV. That's what I was doing. So,
gotcha. So look, let's go ahead and pay our bills,
let's get
and
these sponsors.
we'll talk
Okay.
to your guest. So here we go. The
First
sweetest lime.
sponsor, the sweetest lime. You see it. I mean, it's healthy. It's not dry. She always keeps it looking good. Makaya has been doing my hair for almost 20 years, and nobody else. If you want somebody who is a hair expert, who is good with natural hair, she cuts, she colors, she's a master loctician. She does everything. You should go see her. So I mean, the proof is in the pudding. If you have any doubts about having locks and feeling like you're gonna get stuck with a hairstyle, go look at my pictures. You won't. So I mean, she does it up. She always hooking me up. Always hooking me up. So I have like a plethora of styles, and I tell people you don't have to be stuck just because you get locks. But she does more than locks. She does makeup. She's also she does everything, and now she works for Ashtay Cosmetics as well as one of their instructors. So go see her. If you want to book her, you can always find her on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat under The Sweetest Line. You can find her on Facebook at Makaya and Mitchell. You can call her. She does get in the car and travel, 336-734-3307. She's here in Winston, but I know she has clients in Charlotte and Raleigh and gets in the car all the time. So, the most important thing is when you go see her, tell her Carla sent you. Second, we have intuitive readings by Myra. Just that, because people say, what's that? Is that voodoo? No, it's not voodoo. It's the energy reading. She takes your energy and tells you what your energy told her. And let me tell you, prepare yourself, because it's always accurate. Troy did was laugh because he knows he had to find out the hard way. Myra is no joke. Okay. So you all, if you want to book her, if you're in the Triad area, once again, you could call her. You can go online and book her. You could do a virtual visit, which is pretty dope. You can call her at 336-480-1653. She's here in Winston. That's where her brick and mortar is. But she also does virtual visits, and you can go online to intuitivereadingsbymyra.com. And she's amazing. She's amazing. And when you go holler at her, make sure you tell her Carla sent you. And last but not least, we have Pastor Paul and the sauce.
Gotta get that sauce.
At nhjerkcenter.com, you can go order this sauce. Is it still $12, Troy?
$12.
$12, y'all, for the best jerk barbecue sauce you ever tasted. Now, the hot and spicy, if you know anything about us good islandians, it's really spicy. So if you don't want spicy, don't get it. But if you got a soft American mouth like Troy, get the mild. Okay? And you can have it. It's going to be really good. It's good for you. Either way, I mean, we put it on everything. We put that on everything. Literally. French fries, chicken nuggets, mashed potatoes, rice, meat, vegetables. Okay? So please go to nhjerkcenter.com, order you a bottle or 2 or 3, and y'all tell Pastor Paul Carla sent you.
Yes, indeed. All right, Miss Carla. So tell us about your guest.
I can't even believe I got him on here. That's the first thing. This is a real superstar. That's what I'm calling him, because he is the superstar. Because after I saw his movie, No Games, I was blown away. This man made a movie that I feel could right now go in any movie theater and do work against any movie that's out there right now. And this brother produced this movie himself.
Nice.
So his name is Chris Embray, and he's with CMB Studios. And I am so excited that he agreed to be on my show. And that's who we're going to talk to tonight. So welcome, Chris Bray.
Thank you.
Chris Embray. Let me make sure I put the M in there, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
How are you? How's your day?
I'm doing good. It's going good. I was excited for tonight's interview. I thank you for having me on too. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, well, I thank you for agreeing. I only had to ask you one time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I show love. You came to my premiere. I show love back. Yes, ma'am.
And that was an amazing premiere. And I can't wait to talk about it. Show people the stills, the clip. I mean, y'all, let me tell y'all, this movie, I still don't know how you were in front of the camera and behind the camera, and you were so powerful. You remind me of my friend Tamika So Sassy Allen, who was there with the afro. Yes, she does that too. She can direct and be in the movie and not skip a beat, and you be like, golly, she's a monster. And so are you, and everybody that was in the movie it was like standing ovation.
Yeah, that blew my mind that night too. It was a lot. Putting it all together, and I guess seeing the people's reaction to it, because like just because they buy a ticket doesn't mean you're guaranteed to do great. People could believe upset or not entertained, but the response we got and the love we got, it was validation, and I appreciated that.
It was like being on the emotional. Look, I'm trying to fix my eyes. It was an emotional roller coaster. I mean, from the very first scene, I was like, what's going on here? Right? I was like, is this the movie? Because it comes on, it's a military scene. And you're like, and then my friend Taranza, y'all, everybody on the show knows Taranza, she was like, yeah, I remember when we did that in, basic training and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just looking at her like, girl, you did that? But she's an ex-soldier, so she did. And I just, mad respect to the soldiers, to the veterans. I work and serve the veterans every day. I work for the Veterans Administration of America. A lot of people don't know that, but I do. And soldiers sacrifice a lot. And you're an ex-soldier, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a vet. Yes, ma'am.
And how long were you in the military?
I did 6. That was it. I did 6 and got out. Yes, ma'am.
You said it like that's a short period of time, sir. That's a long time to do anything. 6 years.
It's a long time. You're right. It's a long time.
That's the commitment. I mean, hell, relationships don't last that long. Shoes don't last that long. Hell, you was in the military. So, I mean, shout out to you. Thank you for your service. So I always start things off by asking people where you're from and where you're at.
Okay. I was born in Martinsville, Virginia. I was a military brat, so we've been all over the world, Europe, everywhere when my dad was in. And now I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I've been here for about 10, 15 years.
Oh, okay. So not too far from home. Child, I used to party in good old Axton. One of my best friends, she's from Martinsville. She went to Magna Vista High School when it was first built.
Yeah, I got a bunch of cousins out there, a bunch of family that graduated from there.
She went to Magna Vista, and her next door neighbor was I don't know if you know Miss Belvin. She was the principal at Martinsville High School. That was her mom. That was her best friend. Yeah, I mean, we're older than you, so probably not. But but yes, I used to be up in the mountains, as I called it, because she used to work at the Shoney's there. Oh, and yeah, that's when I was in college. And her family, shout out to the Martins and the France families in Martinsville. Hey, y'all. So that's a good little place. We used to go to Lenny's down in Axton, a little hole in the wall club, and get in trouble. That was a long time ago. But that's dope. So you're in Greensboro. You're military brats. I bet that made for an interesting life. Oh, yeah. Right?
Yes. That's a whole book, movie itself. Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. Having family and friends that are military.
Right.
I've experienced, what I call the blowback of it. Some of the things, and some of the stories, and depending on what branch you serve in, is really crazy. Especially, well, I don't know. Every branch has its own little bag of tricks.
Everything has its goods, has its bad. It depends on what you're looking for your career.
Yeah, but that's life. Because my uncle was a cook for the Navy, and he played baseball for the Navy. And this was years ago, but my uncle was one of he did rodeo clown. Okay. So, peace, mama. Peace. That's Sunshine. Hey, Shine. The poetess Sunshine. She also has a show on Fridays. I think I'm on her show tomorrow night. Because I'm a poet too, Chris.
Good day in the morning. Okay.
I started out as a poet, and then I became a comedian, and then I started acting. But I've always been an actress because I went to school to be an actress, but I just didn't finish. And I'm just going back to school I'll be 51 when I start back to school, but it's okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Go get it.
It's not. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. So what you drinking on? What's your drink?
I got a watermelon smoothie.
Oh, that sounds good. Fresh watermelon or like?
Watermelon, cantaloupe, and pineapple.
Oh, that's good. That's good for your blood and all the good stuff. Good.
It tastes good.
Good guy. Good. Well, I'm being bad tonight. I'm drinking Stella Royale. Y'all see that? It says, just like Stella Rossa. Y'all, it is. And I got it at Trader Joe's for $3.99. $3.99. Y'all know Stella Rossa be busting y'all in the head for $12 a bottle. You better go to Trader Joe's and get you some Stella Royale and get your life together. So that's what we drinking tonight. So, third question. What's your zodiac sign, Chris?
I don't know. I'm a Capricorn. After that, I really don't know. That's it.
December or January?
I'm January.
The what?
7. I don't know that stuff. Hey.
So you can't help but to be a go-getter. My daughter was born January 6th.
Gotcha.
I gave birth to a Capricorn, and it was like giving birth to lightning. And my father is January 14th. Taranza is a Capricorn.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, my closest friends are Capricorns. Yeah, it's really weird. A lot of my friends are either Capricorns or Libras.
Yeah, Capricorns are great people, though. Like, they're really great people.
Yeah, really. Yeah, y'all intense. Y'all be on y'all shit sometimes. Listen, why I'm bleeping out cussing words on my own show? What's wrong with me? So listen, but it's okay. Everybody do. I like, Capricorns, but sometimes y'all just be in money land and don't be thinking about other stuff. And we be like, I need you to come down to earth where I'm at. I'm a Leo, by the way. I need you to come down to earth where the Leo is. And I don't know who's calling me while I'm podcasting. Yes, I do. Otis. That's Otis calling me, y'all. I'm going to get him. So anyway, I want to talk about what made you decide to do this movie. Like, were you sitting up smoking one night? Were you drinking? Has it been something that's been on your mind? Like, where did this idea come from? And this character, this dude, yeah. He disturbed me. I went home. I had to call somebody to come over here and spend the night with me because I was like, I think I got possessed watching that movie. Okay, I don't want to. So, how did you come up with and I'm sorry, the plane flying over. How did you come up with the concept of this movie?
Trauma is something I actually came up with when I was living out west in Las Vegas a few years back. I was in film school. I did film school for a year. I ain't learned nothing. I swear I didn't.
I want to live there.
I learned how the components of a story. I had a really good screenwriting teacher, and he had us do an outline for a movie for 3 movies. And Trauma's, I did 12 because my mom was really going that night. And Trauma's one of the original 12 movies that I have written. Trauma's the first one I actually shot, so feature length. But Trauma was just, I was experiencing stuff mentally coming home from Afghanistan. I was experiencing stuff acclimated back to society. It was a lot to deal with. So that's where Trauma comes from. Okay. So it took me about a week to write the script. It was 120 pages. So that's about 2 hours. And then we added scenes in, and it was just whatever flowed or whatever I remembered or recollected that I wanted to put in there, I put in there. So, how long did you say it took you to write it? About a week to write that script.
How long before you made the movie?
I did that. I made a few posts about on Facebook for about a few weeks, like 2-3 weeks. And then I was like, man, let's do it. I did a casting call. But it was financially getting a little chicken together to put this, it's a lot to ask people to come act for production. And all I can say is, look, meals and copy and credit right now. But people really trusted me, and I appreciate that.
But you know what I say, as an actress, we go with our intuition, for good or for bad, when it comes to being in somebody else's vision. And for people to trust you and do this movie, you chose a phenomenal cast. I was blown away from the young lady that played your love interest, the therapist, the guy with all the tats, who I found out later was a fashion designer. I mean, I was talking to your cast, baby. I was like, hey, I was in there. I'm talking to everybody because they're going to be on here too. And you've done it. But it was just like, how did this guy do this? Like, and it was so intense. Like, it felt like it was going to ease up, and then it ease up, and then again. I was like, what is happening? And that's a good movie to me. A good movie is where you don't know where it's going, because you think you know where it's going, and then you don't know where it's going. Yeah. And the fact that you sat and wrote that in a week.
Yeah. Well, the original movie, the one we had last year for the premiere, the first premiere, that was the original script. But that script was missing about 30 pages because people didn't show up for casting. So we had to improvise, and I had to write on the go to add in, like, a few scenes, whatever. But everything that you saw this premiere night, that wasn't nothing but situational acting. Like, I just gave some lines, and we went through, shot for an hour, and then I put it together. So it wasn't nothing crazy. My bad.
Sir, I am just like, there's no way. There's no way. But that speaks to your energy. So your energy is crazy, first of all. Because when I first saw you, this is the story. So I had to wait. I told myself I had to tell the story. So when he first we were at the movie premiere, right? So here come this dude in a suit looking like Prince Jr., Cat Williams slapped the guy. I said, who is that? I said, who is that? I said, is he in the movie or what? And they said he in the movie, he made the movie. I said, he gonna be on my show.
I appreciate that.
I'm manifesting. And this was before I even saw the movie. But when I saw the movie, I was just totally blown away. Down to the man, like even now, I want to watch it again because I feel like I missed something. Yeah. You watch a movie that you really like and you watch it a time or two.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And with your movie, because it was so crazy as hell in certain parts, I was like, me and Terrence was like, what? Huh? What happened? And to be in it, and just being a visionary and going for, you know what? Before we go to the midway point, Troy, can you show a clip or throw something up for the people to see?
Sure, you are fantastic.
I know, I need to read less.
Thank you, Selena.
Yep.
Boy, the first time you hit that sticky line, boy, I had to
Not laugh.
not laugh, bro.
So you see what type of time I'm on when we shoot Friday? I'm finna go dumb.
Bro, I had to do like this, bro. I was sitting here recording like this the whole
I
time.
saw you close your head. I was like, no. 1, 2, 3.
Wow. So that young lady, what's her name?
Who in front of the camera or behind the camera?
The young lady that played the therapist.
That's Heather James. That's my her and like 2-3 other people that act. Those are my Spike Lee's bunch. You know what I'm saying? I put them in everything I got going on. You know what I'm saying? Heather is phenomenal. She doesn't have an ego. She can act her tail off.
Yes, sir.
And then she has a switch. I can tell her we'll do, a scene or a sequence 3 or 4 times, but I can get her to go back to one and then go through a scene over and over with my adjustments. Like, we have that relationship, and I love Heather to death. Everything I got going on, she gonna be in it. I promise you.
But you know what? It's good to have that relationship, because I tell people I have a gang of comics who we all started out at the bottom, and now we here, like all of us are like doing it. My acting group, my group of people, which Terrence is one of them, we all started out. When I met them, they were already acting. I was new, kinda, to it. Yeah. And that's my people. You know what I mean? And I always said, like, Spike Lee, because Spike Lee is my favorite. He's my favorite. My favorite movie is Mo Better Blues. Either you know what it is or you don't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's my favorite movie. My second favorite movie is Crooklyn. So I love Spike. She's Gotta Have It was visionary.
Yeah.
And I've always loved Spike. And he put everybody on. And like Samuel Jackson said, he told everybody from the beginning, I want y'all to look around. Now, just think about this. He said, I want y'all to look at each other, everybody in here. And y'all, I want y'all to know that within 10 years, everybody in here is going to be a star. He was talking to Wesley Snipes, John Turturro, Halle Berry, Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And what's the guy? Oh, my God. Why I can't think of it? He played Radio Raheem.
I know you're talking about. He died a few years ago.
Yes, him and the other Italian guy that plays and stuff too with John Turturro, John Leguizamo, Bill Nunn. Thank you, him. So just think, all these people, we know them. They stay working to this day, unless they're passed away, right? Giancarlo has a great show now called Parish. Have you watched it?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's like a thriller, and it's in New Orleans, and it's really good. So just think, when Spike said that, he was like you and most producers. He said, "Listen, I know. Do y'all trust me?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Do y'all trust me?" And they became a family. And look at what happened to that family. And so you gotta sew into each other when you're in the arts. That's like Shine that popped on here. That's my sis. Like, when I first met her, I was doing comedy. She was doing poetry. We family now, and we network, and we always making sure that if I eat, you eat. If you eat, I eat. That's how it works, right? When you're out here in this community, and you can't break bread with everybody, and you learn that real fast. You can't break bread with everybody, but the people that really matter, you make sure that they are good, and they'll make sure that you are good. And that's the business that we're in. I don't really want to be like Hollywood to the extent where I can't have some level of privacy because I like to creep too much. You know, so I commend you for getting out here and not just saying, because it takes a lot to go from here to writing it on paper to putting it on screen. And when we come back, we're going to talk about who helped you in this journey. One, what was it like being somebody that had to get out here and ask people to sow into your vision? And how is this affecting you as, are you a family man or not? Do you have a family, right?
I have my children. Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah.
How many children do you have?
2. My daughter's in Las Vegas and my son's here.
Okay. And how old is your daughter? I said your son is cute as a button.
She's 5. He's 4.
Oh, you got little ones.
Yeah.
I love Las Vegas. I've been looking at Henderson. I went there for my
This is a great spot. This is a great spot.
Well, my friend Micaiah that does my hair, her mom lives in Henderson. So when we went out there for my birthday, we were at her house just about every day.
It's hot.
I love it though. See, I like heat.
It's hot. Boy, it's hot.
It's air conditioning in the house. I'm good.
But the industry's there. Like, that's the biggest thing. When I went out there, like now, it's woo. Like film and TV is really there now. But if you want to act, if you want to host, whatever you want to do as far as entertainment, that's where you go. Either to learn or to succeed there.
Well, it's on my list. It's on my list. So we're going to go to the Artist of the Week right quick, and then we're going to come back and finish our interview with Chris M. Bray of CMD Studios.
Yes, indeed. Good stuff, guys. Blast Artist Spotlight is my boy Hakeem Romance with a new one that says Come See About Me. Let's check it out.
Girl, you got that thing that I've been searching for. It's so much of it to make me lose control. But I can handle it, baby. I can show you better than I can tell you. So shout it, come and see about me. I got what you need. Grade A guaranteed, I know ya wanna come and see about me. I aim to please. Ain't no reason for you to frown. See, if you had that real thing, you wouldn't be running into so many issues. You'd be able to tell the world you got somebody that holds you down and stays true for you. But you don't give in. You put your guard up when you are chilling with your friends. It's like they know what's better for you. And see, that's cool enough. But when they don't have it all together, what you gon' do? Baby, don't you know that can't nobody do you like I can? Let me reassure you that you are perfectly in good hands, baby. You always letting me know that you're here for me, and I appreciate the love. What I feel for you, it ain't no faking. I'm the real deal. It's no mistaking. You stay up on my mind, you know you do. Unhealthy doses all the time, you know it's true. I sip on you like fine wine, you know I do. You know my favorite place to dine, you know it's true. Stay up on my mind, you know you do. Unhealthy doses all the time, you know it's true. I sip on you like fine wine, you know I do. You know my favorite place to dine, you know it's you, yeah. You know it's you, yeah. You know it's you, yeah.
And that is our boy Hakeem Romance with Come See About Me. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or even an up-and-coming comedian that's looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you're a fan of great music, you can go to blastmusic247.com, register for free under the Unlimited fan, and have access to hundreds and hundreds of independent music. Blast. We're constantly changing the industry one artist at a time. All right, back to you.
Thank you, Troy. Okay, so I was like, okay, so I wrote down all these questions that I had, like a million questions. So I was like, I'm gonna ask him the stuff that people really want to know.
Uh-oh.
And my drink is kicking in. I was looking. So anyway, what you looking at, Chris?
Oh, my bad. The playoff song.
Man, you know what? You are such a. Oh, let me tell you something. So y'all can, oddly enough, he probably out here watching now. He'll comment. I have a good friend who lives in Vegas who is also a Capricorn. And he is a sports junkie.
That's me.
And I'll call him and he'll be like, I'm watching now. I'll be like, oh, just call me later. But, or he'll be like, hey, lady, I'm watching the playoffs. I mean, he's always watching football, basketball, something. And I'm like, damn, Capricorn, all he do is watch sports. My dad was the same way.
Oh, yeah.
So, which is how I became a Cowboys fan all my life. Sir, don't look like that. Don't look like that, sir.
Raider.
Fix your face.
Raider Nation.
I like y'all stadium. Anyway, y'all stadium is nice.
Oh, that's beautiful. I went out there last year. Beautiful.
It is. I was in Vegas for a week for my birthday, and that's the Raiders, right?
Yes, the Raiders.
What the hell? That's the one that looked like the hat. Wait a minute, I had to think for a second. I was like, yeah, that's the Raiders, right? Yeah. And it was beautiful at night. I had to stop for a second. I was like, wait a minute, is that the one? That's the one.
Vegas is ugly in the daytime. I tell people that all the time. It's so ugly in the daytime.
But at night, it's so magical. I was like, oh, but I had fun, though.
Oh, yeah, it's a fun place, most definitely.
I had fun, and I met nice people out there. So, I don't know. I like the West Coast. I like the whole vibe of the West. So, there's that. When you first started making this movie, did you have the money?
No. I don't believe in money. I got it now, but I don't believe in it. Like, I don't let that dictate what I do, especially as an artist. So I ain't never like, what? I don't need a budget. And I get the money as I go. I'll hustle to get it, and I'll be good.
So are you a manifester? Have you always been a manifester? You're a person that says you're going to do something and poof, it happens.
If I tell you I'm going to do it, and you see, like, they tell me all the time when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So I told people. That's
not manifesting, Chris. That's like you speak things into being.
Yeah, I don't play about that. If it come out my mouth,
that's wonderful. I mean, that's a good way to be, because, a lot of people are like that. But the fact that you believe in yourself so heavily, right? So when you started writing this and then you were like, I'm going to produce this. And I always ask people, did you have the money when you started whatever it is? And some people say, yeah, I had the money. And then other people say, no, I didn't have the money. Like when I did my first comedy show, I had no money.
Exactly.
I just had a vision. I was like, I want to do an all-female comedy show. And I want to sell out. I want it to be blah, blah, blah. And I don't have the money. So I told my friends, and immediately, I was in a manifesting class. I'm in a class called Manifesting with Mercedes, and she teaches us the principles of making things come to pass by thinking, writing, saying, speaking, all the things. And she said, Carla, you could do your own comedy show. And I was like, how am I going to do it? I don't have the money. She was like, the universe has the money. Yeah. So I literally went on Facebook and I said, okay, so I did the math. I said, let's do vendors. So we're going to have 10 vendors, right? And we're going to charge $60 a vendor. Poof, I had my deposit.
That's it.
Then, and I'm telling you, this is how you do things when you out here, because people don't understand what it's like to do your own thing and you don't have no money.
Right.
At the time I was making all these funny videos, put them out, and I had a following. So people started like randomly coming in my inbox saying, "What's your cash app? Let me see your money for your show. Let me do this for you. Let me do that for you." Like literally down to, I didn't have a car. I was riding the bus and I had people help me buy a car.
That's wild.
And so it's because I thought it first, I wrote it down, I spoke it, I manifested it. And that's what it appears like you did. You were like, "Hey, I'm going to write this movie. I'm going to do this casting call. The people you chose are phenomenal." And the young lady, what was her name? Sabrina?
Yeah, Selena Spring. She's really good. She's a really good actress.
She told me she was with the circus. I said, "What you say, baby?"
She's a photographer. She designs clothes. She do everything right now. She's going crazy.
I love it. And see, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, you can't box me. You can't just say I'm one thing, right? And that's amazing. Well, if you are one thing, that's cool too, if you do it well. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not meant to be a million things, you know. But I always listen to the adage where they say the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And so Mercedes always says, "How many streams of income do you have right now?" And, you know, to be honest, the average person has 1, maybe 2 streams of income. You're not even relevant until you have 7 streams of income.
Yeah.
And that's the average millionaire. And so you got to work on getting us 7 streams. That's where I'm at.
Most definitely.
So when you started going to get people, did you enlist family? Did you enlist who was first to jump on board Chris's vision?
It won't nobody really. It was the I did a Facebook post and I said I'll do auditions, and I did them online. I had people submit, you know, auditions and got to see around. We got like 80, 90 submissions. And then I went through. I already knew how the characters looked in my head, because when I write a script, my pre-production process is so detailed, it's maniacal. But I know what the character looks like, what they're wearing, how they talk, their disabilities, or, you know, their special traits. But I know how they look physically and what I'm looking for, like in anatomy, nose size, eye size, lip size, symmetry, asymmetrical. Because how I work the camera, I know what pays off. And everybody that I chose, they all fit. That's who I saw in my head as the characters. I know the lady that played Sabrina, she played Sabrina, but Selena, the particular scene that we had together, I told everybody from the jump that scene is gonna be in there, and that's what's gonna go on, because it adds to the story. It puts more pressure, more leverage. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, I'm not grown enough. But it was great.
Yeah, she said yeah from the jump. So I just like everybody respected my directing side, because like I brought like a raw, how I direct is so raw. Like I don't just come on set and, you know, we have a call sheet, we got script, we got day by days. Everything that I have is what I saw in LA. You know what I'm saying? So I want to mimic that here, because people are always asking why my stuff won't go. Why is it getting picked up? Why does it? Because you're missing industry components. You can't get into the industry until you have the components that are required. And it's not a lot. It's just understanding the arc of a story, understanding how to carry that story, and where you're going to emphasize that. So with, you know, the people that I chose, they were open to my style of directing, my style of writing, but also my style of acting as well. Everybody that was there, that was their first movie as well. I'd had nobody that had been in anything before like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so on top of, we were staying at my grandma's house. The documentary is on YouTube, Making the Trauma, but 10 strangers in my grandma's living room on the floor. We shared the same bathroom. We shot 5 days in a row. I took care of meals, travel. We shot all day long, 5 days in a row.
That was my next question. Like, how long did it take you to make the movie? So it took you a week to make the movie?
Yeah, 5 days. We didn't shoot, but half on 2 of those. We did 2 reshoot days 6 months later, and I did 3 like 2-hour sessions before the premiere.
Chris.
Yeah.
I have been a part of movies that have taken months
No,
to film.
that was 9 days total, 9 shooting days. Yeah.
So how long from the time you decided to make the movie, get your cast, start filming, and actually edit and bring the movie into fruition? How long did it take you?
The 2 longest parts were casting, rehearsals, and editing. But if I had, the resources, if everything just went, like, what I'm saying, if I had, it's a lot of components, but yeah, it didn't take long. It was just those 3 were the longest. I had to wait for people to do my casting. That was long. The editing process took me a while because I edited by myself on that. Yeah, so that was probably the longest 2 parts.
So what I'm asking is, like, did this take 6 months? Did it take 3 months? Did it take a year? How long did it take you to do this from start to finish?
So we shot it 5 days, 2 reshoot days, 2 months later. I didn't touch the film for 3 months, and then I edited it in October through December. But I was still doing my clients that I filmed for. I'm a full-time barber. I got my son. I travel to Vegas to see my daughter. Like, it's a lot that goes on. So I couldn't give it. Drama got the time that I had extra. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. It's amazing what you can do when you focus, right? Yeah. And when you have people focus with you. And I like the fact that you did, like, yeah. I mean, I'm not even, I won't even, I hate to say it, but like, I don't fool with people that don't have like a mapped out situation. Cause I've been in too many, cause to me, it's a waste of time. Exactly. It's a waste of time. And I've been involved in things where I knew from the beginning, I'd be like, yeah, this ain't gonna work for me because it's all over the place. Yeah. I need you as the visionary to be focused. Because I got adult ADHD and shit, and I need you to be able to help me. You understand me? So, and that's why I can play so many characters, because I have like 10 billion people that live inside my head, and they all speak different languages and things of that nature. So I can be an actress. I can be whatever you want me to be, but I need you to be the director. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody has to know their role in a TV show, a play, whatever it is they're doing. And the fact that you did both sides and you edited the film.
Yes.
Which I know is a beast to do because I've watched people do it.
Yeah. That was a lot. But also, like, as far as the crew go, just like my actors were first timers, my entire crew, and I love them to death. We still the same core. PC, Nolan, Selena, Kyrie, it's J Red, all of us together. That was the first production, period. So when I'm on set and we do our call downs, we're calling for equipment here and there or certain shots. Like if I wasn't on camera, I was behind the camera. So if I wasn't acting, I was filming. But if I'm on camera, that's my boy PC the Great. Somebody who's been a great friend and a great artist, but I had to trust him. That's his first time doing a movie. How many gimbal shots you shot? How many slow creep? How many dolly zooms? You know what I'm saying? Everything that we had was purposeful.
There was one scene where we were like this, like, because it was so beautiful. It was so, what's the right word? Cinematography. Yeah. I can't even fucking make a word. It was, for lack of a better word, it was just beautiful. It was just a beautiful, like you couldn't take your eyes off of it if you wanted to. And it was just so perfect as a person who's in movies to see that one shot. It sticks in my head because it was like the camera was doing this with you. And it was taking us with you on the, I don't know what I want to say, for lack of a better word, you were I don't know if it was a psychotic break, but that's how it felt. The way you shot it.
You talking about when I came out of the bathroom after when I was
No, when you were out in the woods and you were running, and that shit was crazy. I was like, what, baby? Listen, I couldn't. I really. This movie was so visually stunning. That's what I'm trying to say. It was visually stunning, from the love scenes to the shots of the detectives in the car to.
We shot there in 5 minutes.
I want, boy, hush.
Look, outside of Dollar General up there in Martinsville. Yeah. My aunt, she works at Mount Mariana.
On the hill.
Yeah, we shot right outside, right in the
Oh
park.
my God. Chris, you're amazing. Like,
thank you, I appreciate that.
The way you challenge that dude, I want to come put some holy oil on you after the show. I want to come anoint your head. Cause that dude, was he it well, I know it's not your story. And I know you explained at the premiere that it was a mixture of things that you heard and so forth and so on. But when did you know you were going to go in that direction? First, wait. Well, go ahead and answer that question. Then I ask you the second question.
So that comes from, I'm not going to lie, I haven't told nobody this before. But the first premiere, we got a decent response. It was a great response. But as a director, as a writer, as a producer, as a film head, I was like, man, excuse my friend, fuck that. Like, I can do way better. And that's when I went back in and we did the add-ins. I took some stuff out. I watched Trauma over and over and over, and went back in for the second go round. But you don't in the film stuff with me, you can plan everything. That's the best thing to do, but you really don't know exactly what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you've been on some things that didn't seem well planned, but ended up great. And then you've been on some well-planned things that were a shit show. So it's like, you really don't know. And Trauma has just been adjusting to whatever circumstance that we have to get it. Guys, I always said from the beginning, by any means necessary, we're going to finish this film. It's going to be out. People are going to know who we are. And that's what we've done.
When is it coming out?
Oh boy, it's coming out. Actually comes out. It should be out Sunday on Amazon. I did it the first time for the codex, and there were some things that I wanted to go back in and fix. I'm doing that actually like this week and putting it back up. But I cleaned it up more, and I went back in and added some audio stuff, added another bridge here and there, and added extra footage that I like. So that's about 2.5 hours of footage that's not in the film.
Well, that's every movie.
Yeah, so it's some great scenes. It's just that.
Are you doing a blooper reel? I love blooper reels. I'm the person that watches blooper reels.
The documentary the first documentary is 1 hour and 10. The one we're working on now is 2 hours, but it includes both premiere nights. So it includes Fox 8 interview. It includes the build up. You get to see how to negotiate, what percentages, house money, your money, how you take a movie to the how you do it. I want to show how to do it. Forget talking. Let's get the business. But then also you see comparison from a year ago to this last premiere we had, the response, the energy, and all that good stuff. You get to see everything. Because I got into it with them Carolina theater folks, the premiere day. I had to get dressed in my bathroom, and when I show this documentary, I'm gonna show the video and everything.
Show it.
They did me dirty, and I'll be showing love to them.
Show it. You know why? You know why I say that? Because, our money is just as good as anybody else's. That's what I'm gonna say.
Right.
And people will try to play you as a Black and a brown artist. And I tell people all the time, like, as a Black teen, listen, don't play me, all right? Because you will get both, okay? Don't play me at all, period. And I think They take us for granted until they see us start packing stuff out. And then they go, oh, like with my comedy show, the fire marshal had to tell people they couldn't come in. And that was my first show, right? But I know that that's what I saw in my head. And I couldn't, when it happened, I couldn't believe it. But I should have, because that's what I planned. I planned to have a sold out show. And not only did I have like all of my vendors made crazy money. Like it was packed.
Yeah.
And anything that you put your mind to, Chris, you can do it, right? You've proven this. And the fact that you just sat here and told me you did it from beginning to end, you edited, you chose the cast, you did this, that's inspirational to me. That's inspirational to me that you were able to tell this story and that it was able to affect me, just a person sitting in the audience. Never heard of you, never heard of any of your, well, except for, I knew who Ross was because I seen him. Actually, Ross is Tanya's brother, Tanya Ross, the singer. And I know her because one of my best friends is their first cousin. And we used to go to Tanya's shows all the time. And one of my best guy friends, who's also a comedian, is also a drummer and used to be Tanya's drummer. So I knew who he was. I seen Daddy's Boys. And I knew he was a phenomenal actor. And I know his wife. And so the artist world is small, especially here in the Triad, and it's all about who you know. But when you're trying to do this, you got to get out there and deal with people, which is why I love this podcast, because this podcast is seen all over the world. It's not just here. It's on Spotify, it's on YouTube, it's on Blast, most importantly. And so people listen and hear this. Like, it's so funny. I'll get an inbox 2 a.m. from somebody saying, oh, I just watched the replay. It was great. I'm asleep, And so that's how the internet works. That's how we live now. So somebody could be watching your movie in Africa on Prime while you're asleep and decide, hey, I want to sew into this guy. And you wake up and get a inbox. Hey, what's your, hey, I want to send you a check. Hey, let's talk really doing Nollywood. Like this, the next movie I have coming out, we did with a Nollywood star. He's like big time in Nigeria. He plays my son. And because he's in this movie, the African people love this movie. It's already shown over there. It's not here yet. We're going to show it here. Hi, Mike! Mike! That's one of my regulars right there. It comes on the show. So I want you to keep doing what you're doing. I want you to know you inspired me as an artist, because to sit here and listen to you say that you just really, it was just a seed and you grew the seed. It inspires people when you see people literally do what you dream of doing, right? Whatever it is. You are an inspiration. You to your cast, I'm sure, to your kids, to your family. It takes a lot to bring your stuff into fruition. Like this podcast, I literally sat and said, hey, I want to be a podcaster. I had been saying it for a minute. My homeboy, Carlos Massey. You know Carlos, he was on.
Yeah, he was on.
So, Carlos, I'm going to tell you, Carlos put me on. And the way I got put on was I was doing comedy. And me and Los and Calvin, I don't know if you know Calvin, we were a trio. Then James Lyons came into the picture. So I'm always the only female on the crew, always. I don't know why. So we were doing comedy, and then Los came to me and said, hey, Carla, I don't think this is crazy, but I wrote this play, and all I could hear was your voice in my head as the lead. what? So his wife was like, yeah, he jumped up and broke this plate. Right? We won so many awards for that play. I met my forever family, but the whole point is we trusted Carlos. Carlos did just like you. He assembled a cast of what I call superheroes. And we all went into go with this play. And it's called Her Story, His Truth. One of the best things I ever did. And I literally became this crooked first lady of this church. She was a whole hot mess, okay? But I love being her because she's not me. Like, I would never do people how this woman did people. But being her was so cathartic. So when you played this guy with all these demons, how was that? Did you have to get away from around people? Because I know being First Lady Gloria, I had to chill with myself for a minute because she was so like, and I felt like she was trying to rub off on me. So I had to get away from around people for a bit. How did you separate yourself from, because sometimes your characters try to take you over when you start bringing them to life?
Yeah, that was the hardest part. Oh boy, that's a lot of questions. Travis,
okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I just be listening. So go with the how did you separate yourself from this character? How did you do that?
I didn't at first. That's where I messed up at. I was because I had to switch hats so fast and on the move so fast with everything going on. I completely forgot to remove that character, and that character actually became a part of my psyche state. So when I write, when I create, when I edit, I don't just go in and do it. Like I actually either I watch Trauma over and over, or I'll have a conversation with the characters in my living room or wherever I live at. And that's where, we have a conversation, we talk, we discuss. I want to make sure that I have this character 3D, not just on a script, but 3D. So playing Travis, it was taking all the stories from my battle buddies from the Army, stories from my personal life, some stuff from those who came before us that are veterans as well, but putting all those issues in there. And then I didn't want to tell no Hollywood beautiful story. That's not us. Vets, it's not like that. I told it out of order. I told it to a certain rhythm, but I didn't want you to figure the rhythm out before the song was over.
And you did that.
So it was Travis is a complex person. He's a very, very crazy person, and it's just him becoming this. He was made this person from trauma. So I've went through a little process since the premiere night, since production. I pretty much removed myself from that character now, but it's not an easy process. It's not like when I'm talking to people, it's been moments to where I respond as this person. When I was filming, I would respond as Travis or different things, but method acting takes a lot.
Listen, when I did the Bloodline of the Jewel for an entire week, I spoke with an African accent like this, and I would not talk to anybody. Even on my job, I was talking like this. And people were like, wait a minute, why are you talking like that? And I was like, I'm trying to be this lady. And it was crazy. Like, she really started seeping into my pores. You understand me? So I totally get that. Wow. We're going to show a few pics and we out of here. I told you I wasn't going to hold you long, and I promised you I wouldn't. And I know you trying to watch your basketball. So explain this picture.
That's actually my character's boot. I wanted to have that for the rural aspect. We shooting in Martinsville, people from that area, they wear that type of stuff, and I wanted to make sure it was authentic. This is one of the reshoot days from the second version of Trauma, the new version. We had our lines on the iPad. I wrote those while I was at the barbershop, and then we came in there and we shot them. If you see me in the sequence of the chair sitting down, I was being fed my lines.
Really?
Yes, I just know my character. When I get into that character of Eli Travis, I know what he's gonna say, and I ad lib a lot.
But you know what? But it translated very well.
There it is right there. That's her. She has the lines up. I would get those in, get in the mode. They would call it down, and I would act.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's Selena.
Hi, Selena.
She did everything.
She was great.
Makeup artist, crew person, everything. Yep.
This guy right here terrified me. You hear me?
Yeah, he different.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is
Here's the house.
Yeah, that's the cabin. My aunt, she owns that property. She owns like a whole wood forest, but we wanted to get a chopping scene in. It was gritty. It was tough. It was a shot I wanted to do. And we was like, it was actually, this is the day, it was like about 12 degrees outside. Yeah, it was cold. And we were shooting outside. We shot this and other thing too.
That scene tore my head up.
Yeah, that was crazy right here.
Wow, look at this.
And that's also, like I said, PC's behind the camera. PC the great. Does an amazing job. But, I would tell him, get what shots I want. When we finish and call cut audio and get details. Just so I have something to pull from and editing. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Sir. Yeah, honey, you had me praying. Yeah. You had me praying. I had to put that popcorn down. I was like, wait a minute, hold it. It was just phenomenal. So tell the people, what would you tell another up and coming director, movie producer, actor? What would you tell someone who has a vision that they want to bring to fruition? What would you tell them? What's the first step besides just writing it down?
First thing first. Same thing they told me out there on the West Coast. First things first. Respect the craft and all components of it. Do not come in wanting a title. Don't give yourself a title. None of that. Like I came in the industry around some old cats, some old heads on set, and like the director, like people I saw when I first came in. Also Spike, Tarantino, they don't have a chair that says director on the back. They don't wear a goofy hat that says director on it. I don't do the stuff for show. Like, I'm really an artist. I'm a weird person, but I love film. Like, this is my life. So anybody that come into the industry, everybody else is like me. The guys is, really serious about it. So when you come in, don't cut corners. You know what I'm saying? If you got to do YouTube University, do it until you get on. And you got to have a work ethic. You have to have a work ethic. And like I said before, like the titles will come once you have the work. Like, it's like the industry out here, people are like, yeah, you got to give yourself a title. You got to stand on it. You got to prove it. In the industry, you earn a title. And it can be gone one day, and next thing you know, you bump down. That's not out here yet. And once that comes, competition component will make a better film industry in this area. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I think.
That's wonderful. That's great. Tell the people how they can find you, Chris.
Instagram, CNB Studios, our website, the new one's about to drop. CNBstudios.com, Facebook, Chris M. Bray. I'm not hard to find.
I cannot find you on Facebook.
Chris M. Bray. We friends on
Facebook. No, we're friends on. Are we friends on Facebook?
Yeah.
Just one of them where I cannot pull you up. I can't remember which platform it was. Taranza had to send you to me. Because I was like, this dude gonna be on my show. He gonna talk about this movie. It's one of them I could not pull you up on.
Capping the rap.
I don't know. But I'm ready for the next thing. Because I'm ready for people to see this movie, first of all. So please let me know as soon as it comes out, because I'm going to share it on all my socials. I'm going to put it on TikTok. I'm going to put it on Instagram. I'm going to put it on my Twitter. I'm going to put it on my Facebook, because I'm supporting you, Chris. I really believe in this movie. I believe in what you did. I believe in the cast you assembled. I know when I was in here, like tossing and turning, thinking about this crazy man. Listen, you did that. So I appreciate you for sticking to your guns and doing this and manifesting this great work of art that was called Trauma. So wow, kudos to you. Kudos to you. And hopefully we'll be working with each other down the road. You never know.
Yeah, I'll be careful. I'll start casting this summer. It's like, you know, it's about to be a big casting call.
Okay. Okay. Well, I sure enough thank you for coming on here. I'm gonna let you get to your playoffs.
Oh, yes,
y'all. None other than Mr. Chris M. Bray, CMB Studios, Trauma coming out this weekend on Amazon Prime.
Yes, ma'am.
On Amazon Prime. Check it out.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
That's my girl right there.